Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love. Like she showed us.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and you're watching another episode of Kicking It. Welcome in my co-host, Mr. Isaiah Leong. How are you doing tonight, my man?
Not gonna lie, Ace, I feel cold. I feel extremely cold, and the reason being is because, especially my head area, it's because I got a haircut. And let me just say, man, haircuts are the worst thing that a human being can ever do. Because anytime you do them, you get a haircut, your head feels like there's just a block of ice that is just sitting there, man. It's one of the most uncomfortable feelings on the planet. But other than that, I'm feeling great, man. It's Monday, which means it's kicking it time. So I can't wait to relax, get a drink and just kick it on with you guys. And, since it's a fun show, it's going to be a fun program, man. I bought one of my fun-looking graphic T-shirts here onto the program. So, yeah, it's going to be a great show, and I can't wait.
I love it. All right. Well, of course, let's welcome in our first guest for the evening. He's back, Mr. James Gonzalez. He's back in the house. James, how are you doing tonight, my man?
I'm good. I'm just giving myself a haircut. How about y'all?
Giving yourself a haircut. Well, welcome in, Chuck. Chuck saying, "We here." That's right, we are here, and you're in for quite a venture tonight. If you've never seen this show, this is one of the most random shows that you're going to see out there. This complete random show. We just talk about random crap. All right, so welcome in our next guest for the evening, Mr. Crispy Bacon. Crispy!
Hey, gotta be
How
back.
are you doing?
Good.
He's back. Mr. Crispy Bacon is back in his house. I probably said that completely wrong, but that's okay.
I haven't heard that in years.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
me either.
His house. Well, I spent some long times looking up topics, and I'm like, you know what? Let's make this some really, really interesting, fun. Oh, okay. And Chuck saying he just loves random. Absolutely. So great. So if you love random, then you're gonna love this show, because I'll tell you right off the bat. We don't talk about any sports on this show. So we made this show strictly for people who really like to come on and just kind of listen to other stuff other than sports. So we like to warn our viewers ahead of time that if you're here to listen to sports, this is not the show to where it's about sports. But we do have some fun topics for you tonight. So right off the bat, we're going to talk about something of would you rather do this or that. It's not a would you rather question, but it's more along the lines of, if you could only attend one type of networking function for the rest of your life, would you rather choose breakfast functions, or would you rather choose happy hour functions? So, Isaiah, I'm going to start with you. Would you rather do breakfast functions or happy hour functions?
It's got to be breakfast functions, and the reason why is because it's more lively during breakfast time. Everybody's just waking up, and coffee is something that I love to indulge in. So forget your beer, man. I would do 11 shots of coffee if I had to, and maybe even more. And plus, you got the warm, fluffy pancakes, you got the eggs, the bacon, the fruit that they have there, the oatmeal. I mean, it's perfect. You can sit down, have a cup of coffee with people. It's not rowdy. It's not like, it's not rowdy. It's not chaotic, but it's nice and peaceful. And you can have all the great breakfast foods you want, and it's just perfect. Like, I would rather listen to a lecture when I'm actually awake than I am when I'm drunk.
because you remember it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think Aces.
Yeah, I think
I
Ace
probably
is
agree with that.
unfortunately.
I'll tell you what, guys. He said
Yeah.
what, a breakfast function or a happy hour? Well, check this out.
yeah.
This should tell you the answer. I'm like, I got my own happy hour going here.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, I'm usually working in the morning, y'all. So like, if anything, I get breakfast at work. If I'm on vacation, oh hell yeah, mimosas all day. All the bacon I would want, Chris. Hold the sausage. You know what? I'll get all the turkey, bacon, and sausage in the world. That's for sure. But I'll tell you what, this with camaraderie and the nighttime and the happy hour and getting together with people, I think COVID kind of, botched that a little bit where there's not as much happy hours going. But I'd rather do the nighttime thing. So I'll go with the happy hour function.
Can you hear me now?
We got you. We got you.
You got me, sweet. All right, sweet. Yeah, so it sounds like James was saying happy hour, but before I had some technical issues. I know Isaiah, you were making a pretty good case there too when you were talking about the whole breakfast thing, because I'm a food guy. I can tell you I don't drink a whole lot, but the only times I really do is kind of when it's like a get together. And so like those happy hours are kind of there. So James, you made a very compelling case also. Oh yeah, you got that going. So it's really difficult now to where I'm like, okay, which one would I rather do? I'm kind of stuck. So I'll come to myself last. So Crispy, which one would you rather do? Would you rather do breakfast or happy hours?
Probably the breakfast, only because I kind of feel like you would have almost endless supply of food to an extent. I mean, until you get really full, but and probably a lot more people would probably. Well, I mean, they'll probably show up to both, but I'd probably go with the breakfast.
Okay. So for me, man, it's tough, but I guess I got to go with the food involved. If there's food involved, I got to go with it, man. I love food too much.
Yeah.
It's too difficult, when you're thinking of pancakes, eggs, bacon. As we know, bacon goes on kind of everything. And that's now I've had people who tell me, how many people do you know that actually have said that bacon is gross?
One.
One?
I
Yeah.
haven't heard anybody.
I had someone who you would think they love bacon and they hate it, and they're the only person that I know that hates it.
I agree with James. I've heard like one person, but he's a vegetarian, and I guess the veggie bacon does not taste at all good compared to the real bacon.
Well, if they're vegetarians, I can tell you it's more understandable. But if it's somebody who flat out eats meat and then they come to you and they're like bacon's not good, then I'm usually like, wait, what? What? Bacon's not good? If you eat meat, then you should like bacon.
Or sometimes they'll be like, they'll say it's a taste thing, but then they'll like turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon. Turkey bacon, yes, sir. Turkey bacon's not bad. James, have you ever had turkey bacon? All right, Isaiah, have you ever had turkey bacon?
I've had a couple times. It's not bad like you mentioned, but it's like okay. It's not the greatest, but it's not like the worst. It's kind of like in the middle. But I would definitely prefer the regular bacon over the turkey bacon if I had a choice.
Yeah.
I don't mind turkey bacon.
Well, looks like Ace is frozen again, unfortunately.
What were you talking about? I'm sorry, I stepped out.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm
We
back.
got you.
We're saying, what do you think about turkey bacon?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I can have that as an alternative if I'm looking for like healthier choice or a more conscious choice or whatever the case is. If I'm trying to impress someone, oh yeah, I only eat turkey bacon. I don't eat regular bacon. I'm thinking about the pigs, of course.
Okay. Yeah, because that's all James is thinking about right there.
That's right. You get something after.
You get some after, right? Okay, I like that. I like that. All right. So now, before we go into our next topic, we're gonna go into our first round, and I did bring a certain, I should say, I brought a certain segment back that a lot of people enjoy, especially a lot of our viewers. I get a lot of good feedback with this. So, and this is the actual would you rather question. So we go one round and then we go on to our next topic. So, okay. So, so Isaiah, this first question is for you. So your first question is, would you rather wear pants 3 sizes too big or shoes 3 sizes too small?
Pants 3 sizes too big. And the reason why is because, let's face it, man, nobody likes skinny people. Nobody likes skinny people. And that's not trying to, shame anybody, but that's just how it is. People like people that are big, that are muscular. You see all the people on TV, they got like 6-pack abs. They got muscles like flashing so big. I mean, heck, everybody on TV looked like the second coming of Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was in his prime. Like when you're wearing pants that are 3 sizes what you normally wear, it's a good thing. And that's why when I have my pants, that when I wear my pants are always either, I would say, a size larger than what I typically wear. Is because you want to look bigger, because bigger is better, like they always say. So when you are wearing like too skinny of pants, or skinny jeans, everybody always laughs at you and makes fun of you, and they always tell you gotta eat more, you gotta eat more, you gotta eat more. So bigger is better, and bigger is more good looking. So I got the pants that are 3 sizes too big, rather than the shoes, because the thing is with the shoes that are 3 sizes too small, you try to fit your feet into those shoes. And I'll tell you this, I've worn shoes that were 2 sizes too small just because one day, this was when I was a high schooler and I was having PE. I took off my sneakers in the locker room, and I went on to put on my athletic shoes for running. And well, the thing is that I brought my dad's work shoes instead of my running sneakers, so it was way too small for me. But you couldn't skip class, so I had to put them on. And let me tell you, running in like shoes that are way smaller than your actual feet, it absolutely sucks, and your feet ache and they hurt so much at the end of the day. So yeah, it's got to be the pants, because with the pants, at least it won't be like super painful.
Yeah, I kind of have to. Oh,
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of agree. About the wearing the larger pants is because if you do, I guess, kind of gain a little weight, you still keep the pant size you have, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you have the shoes, it's kind of hard to fit into them.
That's right.
What about you?
I'll tell you what. There's a style back in the day, 90s, 2000s. We had where it was like baggy clothes and everything, big shirts in 2003 and 5. So I was used to baggy, pants, and I would have a belt and all that. I would always hide it from my dad, though. I didn't want him to think I was, trying to act a certain way or whatever like that. But there was sometimes I got pants like that just because I would grow into them, like Chris mentioned. Funny thing you mentioned, Isaiah, with the shoes. So my dad, I think this year offered me like all of his like Nike shoes. The problem was he's like 2 sizes less than I am. So somehow I beat him to the punch in that case. So I could have had like 5 different pairs of Nikes, but I couldn't get my feet in them. So take that, Dad.
Yeah. There you go.
So Brandon has some comments here.
Yeah.
He mentioned, James, that those barbecue Dorito chips are really good, and those are those spicy, sweet kind. And he also says, Isaiah, what would you rather get slapped with? His right hand or his left hand? Isaiah, your thoughts?
Oh, the left hand, because we all know the right hand is the more powerful hand, man. It's the dominant hand. So with the left hand, it's like you get slapped, but it's not as hard as the right hand because the right hand contains all your power, all your muscle, and it's just like,
All right.
boom, you get slapped like that.
What's up, guys? I turned off my Wi-Fi and went to straight data to see if that works better. So so we're gonna see if that works better. But I got Isaiah's answer from the last one. So James, what's your answer on that? The pants or the shoes?
Well, for those of us that were here, that were watching, I did mention, hey, that was a style back in the day, Ace, where 90s, 2000s, they wear like the baggy shorts and the baggy pants, baggy shirts, all that. So I'd rather have that than Isaiah's, small feet and really small feet.
Right.
And I mentioned to him, I said, my dad offered me like 5 pairs of Nike shoes, but he's 2 sizes less than I am. So I said, take that, Dad.
Take that, Dad. All right. Crispy, how about you?
Yeah, I kind of went with the pants too because, like, if you gained a little weight, it's you're still gonna fit in the pants, whereas the shoes might be a little too small. I can't fit into them, so that's kind of how I went with it.
All right, so we have a lot of topics going on. Tanner saying what's up. Tanner saying happy hour all day. Brandon saying what's up. Tanner saying the real question is crunchy bacon or chewy bacon.
Crunchy.
Brandon saying my family has yearly pig roast. My mom will not eat any meat on the pig, but she loves bacon and ham. Greg saying any bacon is good, especially if it's crispy, right? Crispy. And then James is saying those barbecue Doritos were good. Tanner saying people like a tactical beer gut.
There you go.
That is
Right?
true. That is true.
Exactly right there.
Well, tonight it's a wine gut.
Right? All right, so let's go on to our next. Well, actually, let's do one more would you rather, and then we'll move on to our next topic. So our next would you rather would be, would you rather use boiling water as eye drops or gargle with sour milk?
Oh.
So, Crispy, I'll start with you on this one.
I don't know if I would want to gargle with sour milk, but I don't want to have blisters with boiling water. Both sound terrible.
Right, both are terrible.
Is there a third
I
option?
Yeah, real. I guess I have to do the sour milk.
The sour milk. Okay, James.
Yeah, sour milk. I'm used to that sometimes. If I don't like drink all my milk by a certain date, I'll just take it to the head and all of a sudden, oh, this isn't good. So I'd rather have that than burning my face off.
All right, Isaiah.
I got a quick question for y'all.
Oh boy.
Are y'all crazy for the whole sour milk thing, man? Because for me, it's of course gotta be the boiling water, because with the boiling water, it's only gonna last for a couple of seconds. Yeah, you're gonna get a couple of drops. You'll be like, oh shoot, and then that's about it. You'll scream like a girl for a couple of minutes, but that's about it. But with the sour milk, it's like if you drink the sour milk and you gargle with it, who knows? You might accidentally like swallow some of it, get yourself some diarrhea, and you'll be sitting on the toilet for a week. So it's gotta be the eye drops, because yeah, my eyes will hurt, have some blisters, maybe cause a bit of blindness for a couple of minutes, but that's about it. So it's gotta be the quick one. That's for me.
I feel like it's 2 to 3 degree birds, probably.
Yeah.
I got to go with the sour milk, man. I'm sorry. I got to go with the sour
Yeah.
milk. I got to do that. I can get that taste out of my mouth a lot faster than the burning eyes. But, all right. So we go on to our next topic, which is, are there any Netflix or Hulu television series that you've seen as of late that you would recommend to anybody out there? So to me, I'll start out with this one, and I've actually watched the show, and I'm not going to talk about, any words that we mentioned before we came on, because, yeah. But I watched this show called Bizarre Murders.
Oh.
And, yeah, and it's kind of an interesting show because it kind of shows random, like, dumb ways that people were, that people were offed. I'll put it like that. That people were offed. It was weird, interesting ways to show that, whether it be by family or just reasons why the people were offed. That was another interesting one also. So somebody offed another guy over Pokemon cards because he wouldn't sell his Pokemon cards and he wanted them. So he offed him because of his Pokemon cards.
Oh.
So there was that one, and Cruise Ship Murders is another one that is actually pretty good too. And that one's actually on Tubi actually. So that's not on Netflix or Hulu. That's actually on Tubi.
Well,
But
you could
lately
just
too,
change it
besides that, I've been watching a lot of the older shows that I don't know if like maybe Isaiah's never seen or Crispy's never seen, but James, you might know the shows I'm talking about. Like I've been going back on Hulu and watching like Home Improvement from back in the day, and Family Matters and all those shows from back in the day, man. Like it's just to kind of catch up because I was scrolling through Hulu and I was like, oh, Home Improvement. I was like, I haven't watched this in a minute. I was like, I got to turn on some of those episodes. So I turned them on. I'm like, now this was the good old days right here. Got to see the good old shows right there. Those were awesome shows. So if nobody's ever seen those old fashioned shows, go back and watch them. There's a lot of comedy. So Isaiah, any shows that you've seen lately on Netflix or Hulu that you would recommend to anybody?
Yeah, I got a couple. The first one is a show that I've quickly it's quickly grown on me a lot, and I have now become hooked on it, and I can't miss it every single.
Hooked on Phonics? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, not that. But it's Young Sheldon, believe it or not. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I think maybe there's like 1 or 2 seasons of it that is on Netflix. But it's quickly grown on me, and ever since there was that you guys remember there was that football game, right? That was on Nickelodeon, I believe, and then they had all the funny stuff that was going on, like it was like the Slime Cannon, and then they had Young Sheldon explaining the rules of the NFL. So after that, I'm not gonna lie. After that, that's when I got hooked on Young Sheldon, because I was like, dang, this little boy, man. He's so smart and he's so funny. And then like I was like, hey, you know what? Let me try out a video of an episode of Young Sheldon, and I quickly got hooked on it. And let me say, these storylines that they have it's like crazy, man. Like I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but like
No, for me.
they're now on this season 6, I believe, where young Sheldon's little brother, who's like 17, gets a 30-year-old pregnant. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. But it's like crazy. It's crazy storylines that you're just like, how is he gonna navigate through this? You know, the suspense of the potential chaos is just what really keeps me hooked to the show. And the second one that I have that I think a lot of you guys are kind of familiar with, because I've said it before on a show that we've done, and I even bought a graphic tee of it, is this. Shaun the Sheep.
What?
The Sheep. This right here, y'all. One of the best and most famous OG shows in the world, man.
Oh goodness. Oh
guys
goodness.
You guys all gotta watch Shaun the Sheep. The sheep go on these amazing adventures, man. And like all of these little sheeps that they have, and they all do these funny things, and you're just, you're laughing your head off afterwards. It's amazing. That's why I got this shirt. I literally wear this shirt to work every single day because I'm always I'm feeling that sheep swag. So yeah, you guys should all get that sheep swag alongside me.
Oh, you're killing me. The Shaun the Sheep of all shows, and you go with Shaun the frickin' Sheep. Okay, James, how about you?
This is too much for a Monday.
All right.
What the hell? I'll tell you what. I think I go the route Ace went, where if I find myself in a place where I'm just stuck and not doing much, I'll go back and watch old shows and all that. But I haven't had the opportunity to do that in a while. There is one movie I do want to see. It was called Licorice Pizza. It came out in 2021, and I think
Okay.
it's really good though. It's kind of my genre of like, there's a comedy, drama, romance, not much action. It's basically two young adults, I think, going through like the late 60s, early 70s in Southern California, and whatever drama came from that with like Vietnam and all that. Mr. Bean is always a favorite of mine since we're going the PBS route with Isaiah.
Yes, I second that.
I love that because it's like there's no words. There's just action and laughter from the audience. It's extravagant. Shout out to Sister, Step by Step, all the old shows that come up.
Yeah.
I'm mostly a documentary person, so whenever sports ones come up or music ones come up, I'm all about that action. I'm not really into anything nowadays, but Supermarket Sweep would be another show that I watched.
Yeah.
Here is your host, David Ruprecht.
Dude, so I've never watched the new version that was on ABC. I will not. I'm all about products back in the day, and I'm telling you what, I'm just like a contestant on that show. When I'm sitting there and they do the little puzzle scramble thing, I'm like Folgers coffee, and then boom, I'm good at that. But I get nothing from it. So shout out Supermarket Sweep.
So James, I think along the lines of that too, I think you would respect this. So I turned on Pluto, right? Just one day I was kind of just messing around. I was dinking around. I was looking through Pluto because there wasn't very many games on of really anything. So I'm like I'll search around on some of the apps I got, and I'll look around. So I go on Pluto, and I'm searching through, and I see Legends of the Hidden Temple. I see Guts. I see like Double Dare, and I'm like, yes. So I sat there and I watched multiple episodes of Legends of the Hidden Temple. I saw Guts. I saw Double Dare, and I was like, yes, man. Talk about the old-fashioned shows right there. I love that stuff.
The reboot of Legends didn't last long, and I didn't really like it anyway.
No, because you can't redo Legends of the Hidden Temple. It was classic from when it was, and you have to leave good enough alone because that's what it was. So,
Please.
Crispy, how about you? Any shows that you recommend on like Netflix and Hulu?
First of all, did I do that?
Did I do that? Right.
So no, I'll go with the classics. But as far as like something current, I haven't seen it, but probably like Stranger Things or something like that. I haven't really saw it. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about it, but and I'm late to the party, but
Right.
probably something.
Why
like
am I
that,
not?
So.
Why am I not surprised that Isaiah has to make a comment like Teletubbies and Curious George?
That is terrible.
Hey, they're OG good shows. I mean, especially Curious George. Heck, and I'll make a confession. I literally watch Curious George before I go to bed every single night. I got videos on my laptop. If you look at my downloads on my laptop, it's Curious George, episode 15, Pancakes and something. And then there's another Curious George, Maya Miguel, Shaun the Sheep. It's all, that's what I go to bed to. I go to bed to Curious George, Maya and Miguel, and Shaun the Sheep.
Oh my god. Are you kidding? No way.
And that's how I learned my Spanish too, by the way, the Maya Miguel.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Isaiah kind of looks like that cross if Abe Lincoln was to bang a Teletubby. He's kind of got that little bit of a cross between Abe Lincoln and a Teletubby.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm serious. Isaiah has that little bit of a cross to it. Abe Lincoln and Teletubby.
Wow. This has been fun. And we're only 32 minutes in.
Right? This has been fun. All right. So those were the shows that we talked about. So now we do another round of would you rather questions here. So this one we'll start out with James first
Oh boy.
on the question. So, oh boy, would you rather be an extra in an acclaimed Oscar-winning movie or star in so bad it's really bad flick?
No, I don't ever want to be a part of something so bad and be the, I'd be like, what's his name? What's that fat dude's name that did Beer League? He worked with Howard Stern. He was like a fat Artie Lang. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to be Artie Lang. I'd rather be like, I don't know what actors like second rate or whatever, but you see him in all the good movies and he's going to be there and he's going to play a little part in the movie. So I'd rather be that person instead of Artie Lang.
All right. Isaiah, how about you?
First of all, I'm going to confess, I had no idea who James just talked about. I don't know who Artie Lane is. Sounds like an artist, a painter from the 1500s. But, to talk about, what's it called? To talk about this question, it's got to be it's got to be me starring in a movie that was just so bad that everybody just cringes when they watch it, because think about how much publicity you will get. You'll be on the Tonight Show. You'll be on, the Today Show with Jimmy Fallon. You'll be on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, man. You'll be on it because they will want to talk to you about how, like, your role in that movie and how bad it was. If you're an extra, like, everybody, you just tell people and be like, oh, okay, cool. You're in that movie, really? But if you're a star on that, even if it's a movie that's so bad, they're gonna want to talk to you about how bad it is. So it's definitely gotta be the starring in a movie that's so bad, because the movie might be bad, but my story of starring in it, it's gonna land me a trip to red carpet on Hollywood. So it's gotta be that.
What?
Wow. Okay. Crispy, how about you?
What were my options again?
Your options were be an extra in an acclaimed Oscar-winning movie, or be the star in a so bad it's awful movie.
I'd probably have to be the extra because even when that movie ends, you'll still get some kind of revenue from it.
Mhm.
And if it's a really good movie, in it, some people might notice you if they focus in or something, but probably the extra.
Yeah, I think it would boil down to you know, what am I doing as the extra? We have a guest up in here.
Yeah, it's Isaiah's father. Remember his mom's
Yeah.
second boyfriend apparently. Because
You got some shoes for him?
So yeah, so it would really depend on what 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 the part of the extra I'm doing. Now, I think Isaiah went a little above and beyond when he's like, if you're the star in like a really like a horrible movie, you'll be starring on the Tonight Show and everything. No,
so
you
basically
won't
a
be.
Hallmark movie. No, I'm just kidding.
You'll be at McDonald's. You'll be at McDonald's serving the customers.
Stop it. Get some help.
You'll be in what they call in like a Redbox freaking like straight to DVD movie that you can only find on like Amazon or something like that, and they sell it. Or you'll
Don't you
be
mean
in
the
one of
Dollar
those
General?
that you can find for like $1.25 at the Dollar Tree or something.
And then you're in the store and you're like, "Hey, this was me." I've never seen it, dude. I don't know who you are, bro.
Well, let me say this.
You know,
you
there's
have
a
your
movie-
face plastered on it, and then you can show the people like, "Hey, look, that's me. That's
Isaiah.
me. I was
Isaiah.
in this thing." But hey, if there was any movie I would definitely want to be on, it's got to be the Shaun the Sheep movie. If I
What's
want to
that?
be in that movie, that's my dream movie. I want to be in. I would literally animate myself and put myself in cartoon version just to be in that movie. Man, that would be amazing. Me running alongside the Sheep Clan. Let's do
I'll tell
it.
you what, Isaiah.
You
I'll make you a
remind me
deal.
of
I
Carl from-
will rewrite. I will rewrite the play Waiting for Godot, and I will cast you as Godot. How about that?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
James, do you understand the gist of that?
Kind of. I'd rather have him be like the first one killed off in like a natural
Okay.
disaster or something.
So let's just say in Waiting for Godot, Godot never shows up. He never makes an appearance. So it's just called Waiting for Godot, and he's
Oh,
never
wow.
on the screen. He's never ever. He never makes.
let's
He
just
never
have,
makes an
let's have
appearance. People are
Isaiah
just
be-
waiting on him the whole show.
Let's have Isaiah be Weekend at Bernie's, and he'll just be Bernie.
Actually, you know what's even better than that? There's a movie I saw at the Dollar General called The Adventures of Breadman. So I figured maybe Isaiah could be like like Dollar General and Dollar Tree have movies that are like cheap knockoffs. So like
Yeah,
popular
they do.
movies. So like the CGI is like, and this I saw on TikTok where they pan the camera away and then there's like thousands of pieces of bread. So maybe that could be Isaiah's thing, or the Adventures of the Croissant Man or something. I don't know, but no.
Huh. All right. So we'll go on to our next Would You Rather question, then we'll go into our next topic. So our next Would You Rather, and Crispy, I'll start out with you on this one. Would you rather have a pet skunk that sprayed you once a month, or a pet porcupine that quilled you once a month?
Oh my!
Ooh.
Oh, this is easy.
I'd have to go. Ooh. Maybe the pet porcupine. I really don't know. Both
The
of them.
pet porcupine? Okay.
I don't know. That one's tough.
Which one are you taking, Crispy?
Porcupine.
All right, Crispy's taking the porcupine. Isaiah, which one are you taking?
He's taking skunk, I bet.
So on one hand, you're gonna get needles, a bunch of needles just pinched into your skin. But on the other hand, with the skunk, you're gonna smell bad.
Like
but
refried asshole.
But you get to take a bath in tomato sauce or tomato soup, which absolutely I love tomato soup. So
No.
sign me up for the skunk because monthly bath in
Wait.
tomato soup, one of my
No,
favorite
let me-
soups in the world. Yeah, definitely. Like I would not mind smelling like a tomato after
I
Oh!
think you do
Sign me up for that.
understand
Sign me up
that
for that.
afterwards, if you start sharding and it's red, that's because tomato sauce went up your ass. Like, do you really want tomato sauce and smell like refried asshole? Or get porcupine and you can take it out and you save so much money in your water bill and so much on tomato sauce. And that even after that, you have to spray down the whole house. Mind you, as long as you don't have any pets too.
Well, here's why. Because I'm a guy that hates needles, right? I took a long time just to get my first COVID vaccine. And then when the doctor gave me the COVID vaccine, I was like, please do it as slowly as possible. I don't want this needle. Give me the tiniest needle. Even when I had to draw blood, I told the
That's
doctor,
what he said his first
I know
time during
I'm an
Nevermind.
adult, but please, you are not going to give. I would rather take seven needle or seven jars of whatever, like, or 7 needles of that thing that they use to draw blood using the kid's needle than I would doing it once with that large adult needle. Give me the smallest one. I hate needles whatsoever. I hate sharp things whatsoever. So yeah, avoiding needles, or not needles, but skunk like or porcupine like quilts. Yeah, definitely, man. I would rather take no pain than pain, and I would rather take a bath in tomato soup every single month.
All right, well, I guess I know where John's going then, because he said it was an easy one. So I'm guessing you're going with porcupine.
It's gonna be porcupine because number one, do you know how much your water bill will be? Second, I don't want to be going outside and smelling like Mario's ass out there because I mean he's Italian, he's Mac. I mean, it's a complete disaster. Third of all, you would rather want a skunk's ass right in your face, ripping bean turd after bean turd and making homemade chocolate chip cookies in your face. And you want to not only get bathed in tomato sauce, which is going to cost a lot of money. 2, you have to work down the whole house. 3, you won't be able to work. 4, you can't do a podcast from the bathtub, contrary to someone's belief here. So
I'll go try it.
Whoa, James, this is not no. As long as you're paying my therapy bill, then we'll be fine.
All right, James, how about you?
Hey, y'all, welcome to the chair. I got my rubber ducky with me.
Rubber dub dub, it's a fun dub. Rubber dub dub.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Rub-a-dub-dub.
and here I'm trying Head and Shoulders. I'm gonna review it.
Easy
You know.
Rubber dub dub.
Yeah, I'm going porcupine. I'm putting the thing in the cage, and I'm just gonna let him roam or whatever in there. I'm not gonna let him out. Definitely not like, make sure I'm not stepping on him or her, whatever porcupines may be. Sometimes, skunk. Yeah, you did, Brandon. We have some out here. We're next to the base here in San Diego County, and we get skunks all the time because there's open air. And let me tell you, I'm inside, but man, they smell the whole house up through the vents.
Hey, don't you dare blame your farts on the skunk.
Man, my eyes get all watery, and it's really bad. And I can't sleep. I can never sleep when there's some out there just hanging out, and they can be out there for like 3 or 4 hours. So why would I want a whole lifetime of it, Isaiah?
Well, because
Wait, no,
if
James,
you
then you
got
couldn't handle me
sprayed
after
every
burrito night.
month, right? It would smell like perfume to you. Heck, I would walk around and
stop.
strut around.
Whoa! This is
know,
how I know you have
Probably at like the 10th month that I got sprayed, I'd probably be like, I don't even need to take a bath in tomato soup because this just smells
Isaiah,
like perfume to me.
This is how I know you have not been on it. This is how I know you have not. Well, how do I say this? Smelled perfume, because last time I checked, a woman's perfume does not smell like a dirty butthole. So I don't know where you get skunk, ass, and perfume in the same conversation.
Right? Well, anyway, that transitioned us into our next topic here. Going
Where
on
are
to
we
some
going next?
interesting ones here. What's up?
I don't know where we're gonna go next.
No, yeah. So that will transition. But
That's what she
this
said.
next one, I kind of had to do because I thought it would be interesting to see exactly the answer that Isaiah would come up with, because we know Isaiah comes up with some interesting answers. So the question is, if you could travel in time, what decade would you actually choose to live in? If you could live in any decade,
Oh.
any era, where would you want to go back in time? And James, let's go ahead and start out with you. If you could go back to any era, where would you want to go?
Man, I think it would be the 80s. There's a lot of pop culture references that I know from back then. Granted, I was born in the 80s, but it was only like 3 months of it, or 2 months of it, honestly. But I think the whole, just everything about the 80s would have been like something to be a part of. I mean, you're talking about new technology, new things happening and new ways of doing stuff and new ways of life. I think the 80s. And then when you think about it, the styles, I don't even know. I would just think that'd be so cool. So I already lived in the 90s, so I already got like a little gist of it. And if not then, I would say 70s or 60s, but I think I'd be a little bored compared to the 80s. You would have more things to do in the 80s.
Probably.
I can imagine James back in the '60s driving this VW bus around, and he's got the little flowers on the side of it, and he's got his little signs up there, driving by peace. I could so see James doing that back in the '60s. I could see James doing that.
What?
Exactly.
Yes.
What?
All right, John, if you could go back to any era, any decade.
Honestly, it would be to the 90s or 80s probably, because I'm barely from the 90s as it is, so I never really got to chance to explore the 90s. Plus, I would love to do the late 90s, because then I could troll Isaiah as much as I could as a kid, and it would totally bother him. It'd be great. But honestly, I would probably say the 80s and early 90s, because some of the like it's cheese stuff. Like when I was a kid, I used to love like Blockbuster and all these other things that I'd never got to I got to experience, but it was towards the end of his lifetime. So being able to go to that would be cool. And yeah, it would just be cool, just smoking a cigar in a college campus. It'd be great.
All right, Crispy.
80s or 90s, only because it kind of started the technology evolution, what we have now, all of that. And then kind of like what John was saying, we were born in the 90s, like me, early to mid 90s, and you kind of didn't get all of that, so.
Okay. I want to go back to like the early 50s, right? And the reason why I want to go back to the early 50s is because like in the 60s we know that like the Super Bowl era started and stuff like that, so I could go back and be like, hey guys, I have this brilliant idea. What if we take these leagues
Don't you dare.
and we combine them?
Don't you dare do Marty McFly.
And then I know what like all the technology is now, so I could go back there and be like, hey guys, I have this brilliant idea. What if we have these phones that like people could walk around with and they talk on them, right? Like I feel like we can make a fortune on that.
You would be the genius of the earth, man.
You would
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
mess up this generation so much.
I would too, but tell you what, I'd be like a gazillionaire, because I would come back with like all these ideas, be like, hey guys, I have all these brilliant ideas and I think we can do it.
It's called the internet.
Right? We have internet, we have cell phones, we have these flat screen TVs. Man, I'm gonna
Even
own this sucker.
planes. This isn't.
We can
this is what you
Alright.
need
connect to
to build an
we can
airplane.
connect to the internet without the phone line.
Isaiah, did you legitimately just say airplane?
Yeah.
Dude, the airplane was invented long before that, bro.
I thought the airplane was invented in like the 70s and the
Oh
80s by the
Oh
White
my
brothers,
God,
right?
you guys-
Where do you work,
White,
Isaiah?
whatever his name is.
Are you freaking kidding me?
What?
Oh my
I
god.
thought
I need
didn't
my.
Amelia Earhart fly in like the 70s?
What?
Wait, this is Isaiah's Higgins
Amelia
moment
Earhart,
of
didn't
the
she
mo- of
fly
the
in like
game.
the 70s or the 80s? She flew across like
No,
the Pacific Ocean,
no.
right?
No.
Amelia Earhart was long before that, dude.
Did you not
It was
pay
the Wright
attention in
brothers.
history class?
Way before that.
1932, bro.
I thought Amelia Earhart flew in like the 80s. I thought like everybody was talking about her disappearance. Like I thought she flew
No.
in like the 80s.
Oh
It's called
my
a history
god.
subject.
Oh God.
Honestly, I
It's
would probably change my answer to the 70s or 80s because that's back when Maul was worn as dead as Stephen A. Smith's hairline.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, this next one should be interesting because this goes from Isaiah. So I can't wait to hear this. Isaiah,
get
the
any-
era you would go to.
Guys, this is so easy. And I agree with you, Adam, but not for the reasons that you listed. For me, it would be the 1950s, and here's why.
Oh,
Do you
I
guys
know
know how
why.
much a hamburger from McDonald's cost in the 50s? It cost 1 cent or 2 cents. I could legitimately go there with the wealth that I have right now, go there and literally not only open my own McDonald's, but I would sit at the first McDonald's. I would sit there, eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day,
Like you do
every
now.
single meal. That's what I would eat. I would sit
You
there.
do know
man. I
it
go
cost
there
like $10,000 or so back then or so to open up one, right?
It wasn't 10,000. It was more like it was like I think more like 500 because 500 was a lot of money back in the day. But yeah, heck, I would open my own McDonald's. You know, I would like Ace mentioned, I would come up with like the McRib, the fish, the Filet-O-Fish that they have right now. Bring it all to the 1950s. You know,
Oh,
bring
boy.
some of the cappuccino that everybody talks about nowadays. Heck, maybe even create my own sandwich. You know, with
Wait,
some
so
of the-
are you gonna build your bridge back then to from Hawaii to somewhere else, or is that like?
Oh my god, that leads me. to
That's another idea. Plus, you know, I could also, mandate a bridge, and that would be cheap. Like we could have a bridge connecting.
Who's
San
paying
Diego
for
to
it? Is Hawaii?
and it would be cheap.
Isaiah, is Hawaii paying for it?
Hey, with how cheap it is, why not?
Wait, Isaiah. If you went back to the 40s, something in Hawaii happened in 1941,
The
and then
50s.
after that, you would be camping. So I don't know if you'd be good back in the day. I just thought about that. Don't say Hawaii, because yeah.
Well, hey, I would just go to the 50s just for McDonald's. Forget everything else. I would do it there just for my burgers. You know, my burgers and fries.
hold up.
costing 1 penny
You
would be
do-
amazing.
Oh, that's bad.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
I guess
Isaiah
Hawaii's
would be
paying
camping.
for it.
That's all I know.
And plus, dude, if you went to the 50s with all the money that you have right now, everybody would be like, wow, look at this like millionaire. You know, everybody would be looking at us the way we look at, you know, Rihanna or we look at Britney
Trust me.
Spears.
No,
or
I don't
no.
look at
We-
Rihanna like
I
that. I
see
look at her
or-
a different way.
Or
I see it.
Drake.
When we
Justin
look at
Bieber.
Rihanna, it's not because of the money.
Goddamn right. Well, not now though. She's pregnant, but
After that answer, I'm just from.
is Ace
I'm
frozen?
stunned from the airplane answer.
Yeah, I mean, you work for where, Isaiah? You work for whom?
I work for Alaska. Which, by the way, I thought that when I first saw like when I first heard about Alaska Airlines, I thought they were founded in Alaska.
Stop.
I was shocked when I found out they were somewhere else. And not only that, you guys know that logo that is on their tail, right? That human
Oh, boy.
being or whatever his name is.
You better
I
know
thought
what that
no
is.
joke. I thought that was George Washington or Thomas Jefferson. That looked like one of those two. No joke. I thought that logo on the Alaska plane was either George Washington or Thomas Jefferson. I was like, why on earth do we have like Thomas Jefferson on this logo? But yeah,
There's
I need my
something on the
time.
internet.
just hope my boss doesn't watch this episode.
Let me go tag Alaska Airlines. I'll be right back.
Oh my god. I don't even know. It's an Eskimo, right? Are you kidding me?
It is an Eskimo.
It better be. I think Ace is frozen Chris.
I think so too.
I cannot believe that. All right, what else, Isaiah?
What else you got?
Yeah, right.
Wait, so would you date your?
Oh, don't.
Should we go back to the would you rather questions?
Yeah, okay.
Would you rather date your wife's mother-in-law?
Oh gosh.
No,
Yes or no,
not that.
Isaiah?
No. You can't get me twice with that. You can't get me twice with that. I'll tell you that. You can't get me twice with
Yeah,
that.
me.
Wait, what about your wife's mother-in-law's mother's daughter?
We're getting into the Alabama segment of the
No
question.
comment. No comment. Gotta keep it PG here, man. Gotta keep it PG.
PG, you said Romeo and Juliet on air.
Hey, speaking of
Oh,
which, I
boy.
wouldn't mind going back to the 1500s to watch a live play of Romeo and Juliet of the Roman Colosseum.
That's not even close, Isaiah. That's not even close.
The 1400s, right? William Shakespeare, Mona
Sure.
Lisa.
It all rolls
God.
into one, right?
Did you not pay attention in history class?
Is it Leonardo
right.
da Vinci or Leonardo?
Yeah.
Wait, who's the famous painter? Is it Leonardo da Vinci or Leonardo
go.
DiCaprio?
Wait the second one. Wait the second one.
Chris.
Oh my
Chris,
god.
what is this?
Yeah.
Which one is
I don't know.
Okay, speaking of movies,
Hey,
let's go
the
around.
difference between
What- what-
Leonardo DiCaprio and the other one. Leonardo DiCaprio likes to date people that just graduated high school.
That's right. That's what I heard. Speaking of movies, what's our favorite movies? Let's go around the world here. Let's do
Yeah.
Isaiah last, okay? So mine is Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. What's yours, John?
No, from that era, I would say Coming to America. I would say right now,
Whatever your favorite movie is. It doesn't matter when.
it would have. Dang it, dude, you really got me. But I would say all time. Again, it was animated. It was in the early 2000s. It was the first ever SpongeBob movie. Like animated wise, I would have to say that. Oh no, non-animated would be different.
Now, John, is it bad that I've never seen SpongeBob, but I know what it is? I've never watched an episode in my life. I swear to whomever.
At least you know what it is, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
can say that Leonardo DiCaprio was a painter back in the day.
It's not good. Chris, do you have a favorite movie? Like anytime it comes on TV, you hit it on?
We'll go dodgeball.
Oh, I've
What
seen
about-
bits
what
of
about
that.
Happy
I
Gilmore?
wanna see all of that. Isaiah, if you're there and you're not the trivia king, I am scared to know what is your favorite movie of all time.
It's not one of those.
Does it have to be from like an era, or does it have?
It doesn't
to
matter. No, just
Okay.
your favorite of all time.
Favorite of all time. To be honest, Toy Story 3. I cried like a
Why?
baby. Like, I sat in the theater with my popcorn, and I've never cried for a movie except for that one. Like towards the end of it, when I was realizing like Andy was going to college, and then the toys were all going to someone.
You cry?
Went to another person. I cried. Like I realized, damn man, I can't believe I can't believe like it's going by so quick. Time is going by so quick. Like that was one of the
That's what
very
she said.
first movies that I've legitimately just like cried, and I was like sitting in the theater and I couldn't believe I was weeping. And you know,
You would
was
hate Toy Story
sad.
4.
No, it was sad. It was just sad just to see that Andy was going to jail. I mean, not jail.
Wait.
What Toy Story were you watching? You watching the bootleg?
Go to college. I'm sorry. Go to college.
Wait
Oh
a
my
minute.
god!
There's jail and then there's college. I mean, guarantee you, marriage
Oh.
just feels like jail, but we're talking about college, not.
Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that. So we're at the hour mark, and I
Yeah.
think we want to get out of here with that. We'll go
Yeah.
around and do final thoughts. John, your final thoughts on tonight's show.
Well, I was barely here for 20 minutes, so I just got in town to visit some old friends, and well, I don't know what to say. I guess that explains why Leonardo DiCaprio likes dating younger women. He did from each different era, but no, it was just a good show.
He's out at the outside the high school scouting.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Chris, what's your final thoughts?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. 4 Bros coming up. Stay tuned for that, and thanks everyone for watching.
Isaiah, I'm scared to know, but what is your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is that this was a great show. Hope Adam's
Your mama.
internet gets better because you know we missed him tonight. He was in and out for most of the program, but thanks to you know Big B for coming for commenting. Shelby
mama.
Carrollton, shout out to you. Hey guys. Let's see, Greg, Tanner as well.
Yeah.
Leonardo
Tuck.
DiCaprio.
And you know,
Da Vinci was in the house, y'all.
yeah, but yeah, it was a great show. And,
Thomas
it was a great
Machiavelli
show.
too.
It was a great
Oh my
show, and I
God.
can't wait for the next Kicking It. And who
Same
knows, maybe
here.
the Packers will kick Aaron Rodgers to Green Bay. Or, I mean, to New York.
Well, it's been a wild one. I can say that, guys, on Kicking It. Be sure to subscribe to Coast to Coast Entertainment Network on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We're all over the place. And check out all the weekly
Yeah, that's what
material
she
we have. We got, 4 Brothers coming up, right?
Yeah.
Chris later tonight.
Yep.
And then we'll got the Rankum tomorrow with
Mhm.
Brendan, I believe. Sports
Yep.
Minute on Wednesday.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then much, much more throughout the week. And then, of course, check out Inside the Cougars Den. That's a weekly program highlighting the Women's Football Alliance team in Oregon.
Yeah.
Cougars, go Cougs. Check that out.
Cougars.
Yeah. So, Chris, I guess send
Yep.
us out. Everybody have a great night. And don't listen to
Yep.
anything Isaiah said today.
Yo,
Later.
mama. Let's do it.